Welcome everybody back to Boost Emotion, guys. And today, we have a little bit more. Yes, guys, we now see a second test mule, Nissan Nismo Z. So, guys, you already know what to do. Let's hit that intro. Welcome everybody back to Boost Emotion, guys. And good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. Welcome everybody back. Welcome everybody back to the channel. First thing, shout out to my whole Boost Emotion family. I know you guys have already hit that like button, and thank you guys for your support. Also, guys, can you please watch those ads? It really does help out the channel. Now, next to my return, well, I would say return Boost Emotion non-subscribers. I really appreciate you guys for continuing to show your support, but definitely hit the subscribe button with the bell notification, hit all. I am Boost Motion. I am a Nissan Infiniti enthusiast, a car enthusiast, but also I like to report the news. So in this video, we're going to talk about, well, I already put an old video. Honestly, it's only like a day old, where pretty much we have been seeing spy shots of the new Nissan Z, the test mule car in Michigan. But here's what's going on. A second test car popped up with a little bit more intricate details of what could be under this camo. So, guys, let's go. Let's jump right into it. Let me show you guys some of those photos. So these photos actually come from the new Nissan Z uh, Facebook group. So shout out to them. Shout out to Matt Yates. I believe it's Matt Yates. He definitely got some spy shots. And he already pointed out some of the obvious things that stands out. Um, Dunlap tires, front bumper shape, Nismo wheels. They look similar to GT4. Larger front brakes. Looks like stock Ecobonos in the rear. Three-piece rear spoiler. This reminds me of rear spoiler of the Camo GT240s and a vented hood possibly. Cool. So let's just take a look at these photos and let's see if we can actually point out anything in the photos that we actually agree with. So remember, the last test mule car was actually, let me back out a little bit. The last test mule car that we saw in the last video was this one, this car. Now, as I said in the last video, I said the front bumper is a lot different than what the current Nissan Z bumper is. So let's take a better look at the front bumper. And I said that from the front facing, that little ridge right there, that second lip right above the wide opening, it seems like it's another gallery for air to go in. And it looks like it is actually now angled on a different angle. So it's actually, if you're driving, that wind is supposed to hit a specific area. So it's probably a secondary dam that gives a direction of where the airflow should go. So, and also to throw this out here, it looks like they made the front end, that box opening, actually a little smaller. So now that we have this photo, it looks like they made that opening smaller, and they put that air dam there so it can actually channel the air. I'm assuming it's going to channel up maybe to the intakes, because the intakes are right by above the radiator support, or maybe to additional coolers, or cooler area, or maybe better for airflow, right? So we definitely see better details, and we can see that the front end is designed differently. It's a one-piece design. I don't really see it being a two-piece design here. All right. Looking at the side of the car, I swear the side skirts are a little differently. It looks like they go all the way back to the rear arch a little bit, like kind of like a molded mud flap in the rear, but on the rear side valance here. I don't see anything for the hood or the side mirrors or anything like that. Nothing that really stands out. And as they said, it has these specific test mule wheels. Also, we can take a look. You can see that they have 6-piston calipers in front. Cool. Um, Let me take a look couple before we get to the second test mule car. Let's continue to look at the first one because we got better details. The stance looks very similar. The rear wheels are a lot wider than the front wheels. Remember, they built this with the 370Z chassis, so this car has to be wider than 370Z. I don't remember the details on it, how much wider, but it has to be, because even it has a recessed gas cap opening too. So they let me know the rear end has to be a lot wider than we really think it is. But once again, you can see some of the details from the side. Looks very similar. Once again, that side balances, or the side skirts look like it goes right up and under. Looks like it may be an extension on. Now back to the rear section. Once again, You can see that it has a different molded rear bumper with a rear valance and a third brake light. You really don't see much for the muffler section here, but it's definitely different. It's not like the OEM one or the original sport and performance rear bumper. Taillights looks very similar. And also, we can see here what we didn't notice before. It has a three-piece or full one-piece rear trunk spoiler. So that's what I can see here. It goes all the way from the side marker light all the way across the top opening, and then it goes all the way across to the other side, same to the same light. So we definitely see those changes. Now, let's get back to now the new test mule car. So this is the car that's standing out mostly to us because we didn't get to see this car. Also, if you made this part of the video, guys, please hit that like button. Thank you. I really would appreciate your support for continuing to show support to the channel. All right, cool. So this is now the second test mule car. Now the other car is more of a cameo, so it's hard to pick up on certain edges and body lines of the car. But this one looked like it's just wrapped in tape with whatever felt plastic material they have across it. And this photo is not as clear. It's a little blurry, but let's see if we could pick up on some similar details compared to the other cameo one. So that front bumper opening is smaller. It is. It is definitely a lot smaller, and that this front bumper is the same similar design as the other one. If we take a quick look, let's see if we could just get another photo of the. Come on, man, I'm messing up here. Take a look. You see? So it looks like they just took the same trash bag and just covered it all the way covering that one part. So this one the black one does a better job at hiding that front at hiding that front end part. So the opening is definitely a little smaller. Now we can see that there's some recess there, and you can see the circular edge right there. Something looks circular right there. Those two part right here, or under the headlight next to that opening. And the same thing here. It looks like there's a circular edge and it looks like it's recessed. So I'm assuming we may have fog lights, but I don't think they would make a Nismo bumper with fog lights. Wouldn't make sense to do so. And then once again, take a look. So once again, that front bumper is more recessed. It's pushing in, but it's look like it's making a circular motion right there, or some kind of motion. So I could be wrong. It may not be. It might. That just may be what the trash bag slash black duct tape is doing. But it looks like it may be fog lights there. But they're hiding this Nismo bumper now. They added this hood part, this hood opening part. Now we're assuming that this may be a front vented hood. And if it's anything like the front vented hood, it's like the front vented hood that they had on the Q60 Black S. Maybe it's something similar to that. But most of the time from factory, cars don't come with vented hoods. So I think it's quite different if they decide to make the Nismo have a vented hood. So that's just throwing me off a little bit. I don't know why they would do that. Um, I just don't see the sense in it. I personally don't see the sense in why would they have a vented hood. So I mean a vented hood on an OEM car. It's not really common for them to do that, especially even though it would be probably in the area where the air to water intercoolers is. I don't see why they would necessarily add that. So maybe they're just doing this to try to throw off the look, but honestly, it could be a vented hood. From here, it looks a little oblong. Maybe it's a little bit of parachuting, which means all that air that's when they're driving, the air got caught into under the tape and the garbage bag, so it started to lift up. So that's why it looks a little oblong, but it's probably some parachuting. But once again, they have a vented hood for the plastic or whatever here, which is definitely throwing me off, right? Similar stance, same wheels or whatever. Once again, these cars are right with each other, and you can even see the rear end and the side valance. Once again, you can see that this is definitely not the OEM body. All right, let me see if there's a couple more photos. Same thing here. Once again, it shows up the angles a little bit better. That rear duct spoiler, you can see it there, or the rear three-piece or one-piece duct spoiler. Looks like it's probably three-piece because it has to open, so it's three-piece. And then you can see the rear end, and nothing else really here stands really out. Once again, I can't really say the tires and the wheel package may be something they're using. They just might be using it for the time being because it's a test mule car, right? And I don't think there's much other photos. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Yep, nothing here. I think this one's pretty good and detailed. So this lets us know definitely there's a rear spoiler. Red has similar tips as such as the Red Sports with a little dots indentation. We know that it's confirmed the rear bumper is definitely different. Side skirts now look a lot lower than the OEM. Based on this photo, the side skirts look a lot lower, or a lot lower. And if you look, even it's even zooming in here. I wish we could zoom in a little bit better for the front end, but they don't have a clear enough picture for the front end for me to actually make my best estimate. But in all honesty, guys, this is it. I don't care. I'm gonna call it. We have a new Nissan Z coming out. We just don't know what it's gonna be. They already have sport and performance. Usually they make a Nismo after, unless they're gonna make some random addition that I don't know what it would be. But usually, if they follow suit, it's gonna be a Nismo. Already said in the last video where I think the power level is gonna be if they do decide to do it. I'm assuming they're gonna probably make this a 2024 model because they'll probably be available in 2023 to purchase and shipped over here, but this can be probably 2024 model. So, and it's crazy. People ordered 2022 models and they ain't getting into 2023, but it was a 2023 Z. So, anyways, nonetheless, guys, yeah, we got a new model coming out, Nissan Z. And as some people said, jokes in the comments, they said, "Listen, that's crazy. They're gonna get their first Nissan Z when the Nismo finally gets dropped out. It's gonna be insane." And you know what kind of sucks? People overpaid so much for the Nissan Z currently. Some people overpaid. And by the time they finally get their car, they might want to just save it for the Nismo. Nissan's messing up their sales. They messing up their sales. The dealerships are not Nissan themselves, but dealerships completely. But outside of that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you for banging with your boy Boost. I really appreciate your time. Also, please don't forget to hit that like button. I really appreciate that. And hopefully you continue to support the channel by hitting the subscribe button with the bell notification and hitting all. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. You already know what to do. Add me at boostinmotion on IG, Facebook, and boostinmotion@gmail.com. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. You guys, have a good day. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost in Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel.